Metro Singapore is revamping its 68-year retail model with a new omni-channel AI-driven loyalty program. To discuss what this means for retailers and customer engagement, we have here Henry Christian of Metro Singapore and Aaron Crow of Eagle Eye Solutions. Glad you could join us today, Henry and Aaron. So let me start by asking, what loyalty levers actually change customer behavior today?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I looked at it from a input and output perspective. The output of perspective that we want is brand trust. That's what we want from the customers. From the input perspective, of course, engagement is key. But increasingly, what I've seen is that, especially in today's economy, shoppers are expecting value from us. It's easy to equate value to discounts or low prices, but that's not the only thing. People are expecting quick services, efficient delivery, prompt responses. These are the value that customers actually seek. So the job to be done, it has always been the same, is to understand your target audience and how do they define value, and we need to deliver them to them.
Thanks for the question. The biggest shift that I'm seeing is from points-based programs towards behavioral loyalty, rewarding customers on how they engage and not just what they spend. The clearest patterns from working with retailers like Tesco, Woolworths, and Central Group are that the levers that actually move behavior are more personalized, gamified mission-style campaigns that gently nudge people towards new categories or higher frequencies. Tesco Club Card Challenges is a perfect example here. During their 2024 Christmas campaign, they targeted 10 million customers, converting a massive 76% of those customers. And this was because every challenge was individually personalized. That's what we see, what scaled personalization looks like in practice. The key is real-time relevance, where our system processes nearly 3 billion interactions per minute, just to figure out that next best action for each person. And this is the exact direction that I see Metro Singapore's program heading in, exploring more behavioral rewards and becoming increasingly personalized, essentially a black book feeling for customers.
But what's stopping us? What would you say is the biggest blocker to omnichannel loyalty working in practice?
There's data silo. There is the maturity of the technology that we have. There's a lot of reasons, but if I can pinpoint to one, is the humans behind it. Everyone can tell you that achieving each channel loyalty is important. Understanding our customers across the different channels are important. There are thousands of literatures written out there why retailers should be pursuing omni-channel loyalty. But there is no technology shortage. Data can be stitched. Customer data platforms is available. But how do we convince the people behind the scene, the different stakeholders, what they should do to actually deliver omnichannel loyalty? Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's really uncomfortable. Classic example, which is more important, your online channels or your offline channels? If someone browse online but shop offline, who owns the P&L? To me, the human beings are usually the biggest blocker. But everyone needs to actually work towards the common North Star to achieve the omnichannel loyalty.
That's a frequent question that I get. It's easy to assume the blocker is technology, whether it's fragmented data, outdated legacy systems, or disconnected channels. And all of those are challenging. But honestly, the biggest single issue that I see is organizational alignment. Omnichannel loyalty requires marketing, digital, store ops, IT, merchandising teams working towards the same objective. Unless someone is there, usually leadership, to align those teams around that single customer vision, the technology investment simply won't deliver. Eagle Eye's CEO, Tim Mason, makes this point very well in the second edition of his book, Omnichannel Retail. Winning in a digital world isn't just about having the most channels, it's about having the most connected ones. And that connection starts at the leadership level. The most successful retailers treat loyalty as an infrastructure and not just a marketing program, and ensure someone owns the end-to-end customer journey across every channel. If you get the mindset right, the technology and data conversations become a lot easier for.
This is also an interesting mix. So for you, if you have a suggestion, how should retailers keep loyalty profitable instead of promo heavy?
The earlier days of loyalty, we always segment our customers based on how much they spend. If you have 3 tiers of loyalty programs, your VVIP customers are people who spend a lot with you. But what retailers need to understand, and this is a concept that I've introduced in Metro as well, is the cost of servicing the customers. Yes, particular customers might be spending a lot, but the cost of servicing these customers that includes discounts, vouchers, points, even customer service. This actually works it out. But sometimes your VVIP customers might be actually draining your resources. Therefore, it is important not to just look at the top line contribution, but the cost of servicing these customers. That way, you can actually ensure a suitable loyalty program.
This is by far the question I get asked the most, because the old model of throwing out blanket 25% discounts and using spray and pray coupons trains the customers to wait for sales, erodes retailer margins. We've actually mapped this out. Mass promotions where you give 25% discount typically get you around a 5% redemption rate if you're lucky. But when you shift more towards one-to-one personalized offers, you can safely drop the discount to around 13 to 15% and see redemption rates shoot up to around 60%. That's really a game changer. You stop rewarding the people who would have bought anyway, and you redirect that spend towards customers whose behavior you can genuinely influence. It's all about precision, giving each customer the right offer based on what they actually do, instead of giving everyone the same thing. And that leads to the conversation everyone has, profitability versus loyalty. What we see is they aren't at odds. They're two sides of the same coin when you get the intelligence layer correct.
Thank you so much for your time today, Henry and Aaron. Hope you can both join us again soon.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Once again, those were Henry Christian, Head of Loyalty, Marketing and Partnerships at Metro Singapore, and Aaron Crow, Head of Revenue Asia Pacific at Eagle Eye Solutions. For more news, visit retailasia.com.